quickly look into the one chapter which we have left. All right, we will revise that. Half an hour I will dedicate towards how to prepare for this subject. All right, because I have got a lot of students writing email to me asking, sir, I know the concept, I understand what it is, but writing it itself is becoming a task for us. That is one major concern which most of you are facing. Am I right, everyone? All right. So what we'll do is we will spend half an hour today. I've kept one half an hour slot only for the purpose of how to prepare for this one paper. All right. Which, if time permits, I will also see, in case if possible, I will cover what Rajdeep sir also would have otherwise covered from writing perspective. We will spend some time as well. Irrespective, Rajdeep sir will nevertheless have an exclusive session on those chapters which he is doing. So don't worry about it. Good to start. Good to continue.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Little energy. I know. See, my energy will remain the same whether it is 10 students, 20 students, or 120 students. Will not make difference. I need that energy from your side, or else I will find it difficult to continue. Can I get little? First of all, there are 12 people. Upon that, half of you have kept your cameras off. Why have you even joined? Might as well just quit. My energy will remain same even if it is only one student. If you're here, please keep your cameras on, or else quit the meeting. Absolutely fine. Go watch it on YouTube. Enjoy the session there with your cameras off. I repeat, I want your cameras on, or else quit the meeting. Easy to continue. Am I loud and clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'll give another 5 minutes. If I find that the cameras are not on, whoever is the co-host with me, please take the liberty of removing people. Unless there is some reason. Unless if there is some reason, please let it be, or else it's absolutely preferable to keep your cameras on. Let me know if the screen is visible to everyone. And we are going to quickly revise that one chapter which is left apart from LLP. LLP, we are going to see it later. Do you remember we had taken up this another chapter called Indian Regulatory Framework? Yes, we have
Yes.
seen. Actually, if you ask me, I should have started the syllabus with this chapter, but on purpose, I've kept it in the fag end so that you know law, what exactly is the way, what are the various laws that you've learned, and then maybe read this chapter so that it'll start making a little more sense to you. 0 to 5% is what you see from importance perspective. Now, mind you guys, although minimum is 0, but have there been questions in the past? Yes. They have ensured that at least 4 marks is being asked from this chapter. Bare minimum 4 marks. Simple 10 pages chapter. This is hardly 10 pages chapter. Ensure that you know word by word. Guys, play smart. When ICI is playing smart with you, even you have to play smart with them. All right. The smartness is to ensure that if there is any question which comes up from this chapter, I should not be able to miss it out. All right. Or rather, I have to ensure that I know word by word what is coming in there. That has to be your smartness. So what is this whole chapter about? From importance perspective, I've already mentioned 0 to 5%. What is this whole chapter? Indian regulatory framework. All right. Everyone with me? So what are the various regulatory bodies? What are the various laws? How does the ministries work? All that is captured here. We will revise this chapter in length. We begin now. All right. Let me know if the screen is visible, and we are going to look at the important topics as well as and when we come across. Indian regulatory framework. As I've already mentioned, the importance of this topic is 0 to 5%, but I have seen in every past attempt, they have asked at least for 4 marks. My friends who have got stuck at 35, 40 marks in the previous attempt. My problem is with you guys because you have not paid attention on preparing appropriately. All right. When I'm addressing the crowd, I know there are only 16 students right now in the session, but I know most of them will be also watching it on YouTube. So that's why I repeat, my students, whoever have got stuck at 40 in law, 40, 42, 45, 33, 36, is because of the stupidity. All right. And what was the stupidity? You did not plan your preparations properly. When you have half of the question paper in your hand by saying what is the important chapter, and if you've not prepared enough for those chapters, how under the sky will you even expect good marks? When you know it's just a 10-pager chapter, don't you think you should have ensured that word by word I know of this chapter? And there was a 4-marker on this from this topic as well. Last attempt, there was a 4-marker from this chapter as well. What I'll do is, not in today's session, maybe in the next session after I'm done with LLP, I will take you through last year's question paper, last attempt's question paper, and you will see where we missed out. I repeat, it's okay making mistake once, but you can't repeat the mistake. I hope I'm loud and clear, everyone. All right. Once we have done it, it happens. It was just an experience, so we've got it. Repeating the same thing is stupidity. Am I clear, everyone? Understood? All right. Because those of you who are writing an attempt again, you've got 30s in some other subjects, it's okay. You didn't sail through because of aggregate, it's okay. Last attempt, last attempt. This attempt, the only attempt where I have to clear this at any cost. There have to be 2 papers which are going to be my strength, and it has to be with 60 plus. Can law be one of those papers? I am telling you authoritatively, answer is yes. Law is one paper where you can easily score 60 marks plus. Why? Emphasis is more on keywords. You write the keywords, you will get marks. They might not expect you to reproduce the entire study material as is. That is humanly impossible. But at least keywords have to be there. And what you have to remember is the keyword itself. Those of you who understood, good. If not, last half an hour anyway, I'm going to discuss only about all these things. Please keep your cameras on and focus while I'm discussing on the pointers now. The chapter that we are discussing is Indian Regulatory Framework, where we understood the first topic itself is what is law. Read, one of you.
Law is a set of obligation and duties imposed by the government for securing welfare and providing justice to society. India's legal framework reflects the social, political, economic, and cultural aspects of our vast and diversified country.
Simple. Everyone with me? All right. So what is law? Law is nothing but an obligation. These are duties which are imposed by the government on you. All right. Where government wants you to follow a certain rules and regulations, there is nothing but law. Why do I need it? Sir, this is because I want to maintain the social, economic, political, and cultural stability in the country. We come from various backgrounds, but at the end of the day, I want to ensure that there is stability. Because of the diversity, we have to stabilize things. That's why law becomes important. Understanding everyone with me? All right. Now, from where do we get law, sir? What are the sources of law? Law comes from various sources. One of those is going to be the Constitution of India. During the sessions, I have already mentioned that if something is unconstitutional, entire law can be written off. With me, everyone? All right. So if some example, let's suppose some new amendment they have brought in income tax, I can go ahead, check whether it is constitutionally valid or not. If it is not constitutionally valid, I can get the entire amendment deleted. Why? Because the main source of every law has to be Constitution of India. Clear? Everyone understood the point? Shravan, there in the session, insist you to keep your cameras on. What are the other sources? Statutes. Various statutes which you have come across already. Example, Companies Act, Partnership Act, LLP Act. All those are the second sources of law from where we get the law. Very interestingly, you also get law from judicial decisions. Case laws. What are case laws? These are also nothing but laws. Solomon versus Solomon. All right. Mori baby versus the Dharmodas Ghosh. What are those that you've learned? Those are case laws. Can case laws also provide law? Answer is yes. They help us in understanding law better. And the last one from where we can get law is customs and all your usages. What do you mean by customs and usages? What are the rituals that you follow? What are the traditions that you follow? Those can also become a source of law. So these are the various sources of law from where law emanates. And from this, we are going to bring in the duties and responsibilities as well. Clear, everyone? Understood the point? All right. Now, what are the other points that you have to remember? In India, all right, we have a bicameral legislature. What do you mean by this? Two things. One, at center, we have power. We have power at the state government as well. Is the screen visible to everyone?
No, sir, not properly. Now and then it becomes blank.
Now, is it visible?
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
law is very clear that in India, the government is operating at two levels, center, state. Everybody knows that. All right. Now, the powers are also given to center and state also accordingly. Center has its own list. They cannot get into any new topic other than what is being given in the center. That is called central list. The same way state government also has its own duties. They cannot do anything and everything. They can do only those topics which are mentioned in the state list. Apart from this, there is something called as concurrent list or joint list, where both the governments will come together and decide on matters. Example, Companies Act. Who can give the law? Only the central government. So it is covered under the Central Act, central list. Second, stamp duty in India. All right, a stamp duty for your respective state. Who can give? It is going to be the stamp duty authorities at the state level. They will decide how much is the stamp duty. All right, so that is covered under the state list. Similarly, there are few topics where state and center both will come together and they will make decisions. Those are called joint list, also called concurrent list. Understanding, everyone? So depending on which list the matter is, the government will decide who is going to go ahead and make decisions in it. Example, if it is in the state list, who will make the power, who will make, whose subject matter will it be? If it is in the state list,
State government.
if it is in the state list, who will decide what needs to be done, what act has to be passed, what law has to be passed? Who will decide that? State government.
State.
If it is in the central list, central government. If it is in the joint list,
Both central and state.
both central government and state government. Clear? Everyone understood the
Yes.
topic? All right. So read. This is the sources of law. One of you read. Quick.
Main
Sources
source,
of
Constitution of India, other sources, status, law made by the parliament or state legislation,
Not status.
judicial
It is statutes. All right. It is statutes, not status. All right.
law made
Read.
by the parliament or state registration, judicial decisions, customs and usages. Other points, the power of the government are distributed between the central and state. The Constitution of India, the foremost law, most deals the framework within which the democratic system work. The law making power is divided between the central government and state governments. So India Constitution has three lists, which is central list, state list and joint list. Depending upon the list, it would become the subject matter of the central laws or state laws. Example, income tax is a central law, hence it is applicable entire India. We also have the matter which are to be decided by both central and state government. Example, levy or stamp duty.
Levy of stamp duty. So if you see levy of stamp duty, how does it work? All right. It can be decided, or rather it will be decided both by center and state. Both are going to come together and decide. That is called as concurrent list. Clear? Everyone understood the topic? All right. So this is on the types of laws. Now the question is, Sachi, the question is, sir, who makes the law? All right. And how do we make the law? Law is made in the parliament. Let's suppose if it is in the central list, Lakshana, it will be made in the parliament. How will you make, sir? First, it will go to the respective, let's suppose if it is to be made in the parliament, it will be placed before the Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha is going to pass this. So first, when the law is to be discussed, we don't call it as an act. What do we call? We call it as a bill. Understanding? Example, classic example, Income Tax Act. All right, now we are having another act called Income Tax Act 2025. Not sure how many of you are aware, but you should be knowing all this. All right. So Income Tax Act 2025 has come in. How did they pass that? First, Income Tax Act was bill. Then it was given to the Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha discussed it. Then it goes to the Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha discusses it. And finally, it goes to the President of India for finalizing. All right. Once the President of India gives an approval, it will be published. Where do they publish it? WhatsApp, email? How will they send it to you? Telegram, YouTube channel? How is the government informing you guys? Through an official gazette. All right. Whenever government wants to announce something, when a law has to be passed, it has to be printed on an official gazette of India. Everyone with me? All right. So when is it going to be effective? If the date has been mentioned in the notification, it will be effective from that date. Sir, sorry, sir, they forgot. Now, in case if they forgot, the date when the president gives the assent will be considered as the date when it is going to be effective. Are you understanding, everyone with me? All right. So two things. If they mention the date in the act itself, it will be effective from that act. Example, Income Tax Act 2025. They have clearly mentioned that it is effective from April 2026. Date has been mentioned. It is effective from April 2026. So they forgot. Now, the date when the president gives the assent, it will be applicable from there. This is how the law is made. Now, the next question is, Likita, the question is, sir, whether it is criminal law or what are the types of laws in India? Three important categories, everyone on screen. All right. The first two are very important: criminal law and civil law. What is criminal law? Example, murder. When I say it is a crime, it is not crime against one person. It is the crime against the entire society. That's why we call it as a criminal law. It is not against one person, it is against the society. That's why whenever you see Bollywood movies, you might be seeing Mr. X versus the state of Karnataka. Why state of Karnataka, sir? When when Mr. X murders somebody, all right. Now, in this case, he is not murdering the state, he is murdering another individual. Why is it Mr. X versus state of Karnataka? Because it is a crime, and crime is going to shake the entire society. So I will not consider it against one person, it is against the entire society. Clear? Everyone understood the point? All right. So when I say it is a crime, it is against the entire society. Therefore, the procedure that we follow is also covered under the Criminal Penal Code or Indian Penal Code. Understanding, everyone? Sir, what procedure should we follow? How should he be taken to the court? How should the bail be granted? When will the bail be granted? All these questions, who will answer? Code of Criminal Procedures. Everyone on screen. All right. Code of Criminal Procedure 1973 gives how a crime has to be punished. This is criminal law. The second case, Sumka, is what is civil law? First law is criminal law. The second one is civil law. Civil law is against a person. It is not against the society. Example, Sumka has given an order to deliver 1,000 pieces. Sumant, now I forgot to deliver 1,000 pieces. Do you think Sumuka will keep quiet? No, he will file a case. Now, what will the case be? Sumuka versus Mehul. It is not Sumuka versus the state of Karnataka. Why? This is a civil law. Civil laws are all wrongdoings against between two people. It is against peoples itself. Are you understanding, everyone with me? All right. So this is civil law. Now here, how will you go about, what is the procedure that we have to follow? The procedure is given under Code of Civil Procedure. Same, no? Criminal law is civil law.
Yeah.
One and the same, right?
No, criminal is under penal code, Indian Penal Code.
Very important. That is under Indian Penal Code and Code of Criminal Procedure.
Okay.
Here it is Code of Civil Procedure. It is not one and the same. Clear? Everyone understood the point? Read, one of you. Criminal law and civil law. Anyone?
Screen is not visible, sir.
Allow me a second. Now is it visible?
Okay, little half. Yeah,
half
yes.
is what we have to read. Criminal law and civil law.
Yes, sir. Types of laws in India. Criminal law. Criminal law concerned with the law relating to the violation of the rule of law or public wrongs and punishment of the same. It is governed by the Indian Penal Code 1860, defines the crime, its nature, and the Code of Criminal Procedure 1973 defines the punishment. Civil law. Matters of disputes between individuals and organizations are dealt with under civil law. It is pertaining to the enforcement of the violation of certain rights and obligations through the institution of civil suit. The process and administration are governed by the Code of Civil Procedure 1908 CPC. It can further be classified into law of contract, finally law, property law, family law, property law, and the law of tort.
In simple, sir, what are we talking, sir? What is all this? Criminal law is violation of somebody's rights by another person. So it is between two people itself. Criminal law is against the entire society. So the format is just completely different there. In case of civil law, the format is completely different. Clear, everyone? Can I continue? All right. So that is about your civil law. Now we went on to understand there is something called as common law. Now, what is common law? Common law is nothing but case laws. Various judicial cases, whatever rulings they pass, will be considered as common law. Once Supreme Court is passing any law, is passing any ruling, is it applicable to only one or two people? No, it is applicable to the entire country. All right, which is what we call law of the land. Clear, everyone? This is common law. Common law. So what are the three types of law? Criminal law, civil law, common law. Common law is also called case laws. Clear? Everyone understood? Now, these are the types of laws. One of the most important topics in examination, principle of natural justice. Do you remember we had done one activity here and asked somebody to leave the meeting? The first question which our friend asked is, sir, why? Do you remember? All right, during our classes, we had done this. Somehow I want you to remember all this. Reason is, Sumant,
Yes, sir.
do you remember? Sumant, you have to leave the meeting. What was the first thing which you will ask is why? That is because this is principle of natural justice. Principle of natural justice says, sir, you cannot decide without giving the opportunity to other person to explain. All right. Now let's suppose I want to remove, say, Ramani from the meeting. Can I randomly remove? Answer is no. Let's suppose I want to remove because she is not keeping her camera on. I cannot remove until and unless Ramani is given an opportunity to explain why she has not kept her camera on. Sir, I'm in a zone where there is no network. It's low network. Now, is that a valid reason? Answer is yes. So in that case, I should not become a judge. I should give the other person an opportunity to explain. Only then it has to be decided. This is called principle of natural justice. Clear, everyone? Understood the point? Very, very important topic from examination perspective. They ask this as a question several times in exams. Read, one of you.
Principles of natural justice, often known as just natural, deals with the certain fundamental principles of justice going beyond written law. Nemo judex in causa sua, literally meaning no one should be made a judge in his own case. Audi alterum partem, meaning hear the other party or give the other party a fair hearing. And reasoned decision are the rules of natural justice. A judgment can override or alter a common law, but it cannot override or change the statute.
Did you understand the last sentence? What is the last sentence?
Yes.
Let's suppose Karnataka High Court has decided X. Do you think Telangana High Court or Tamil Nadu High Court or Madras High Court also has to follow it? Bombay High Court also has to follow it? Law says no. You can override Karnataka High Court. Let's talk about Bombay High Court. Bombay High Court wants to override Karnataka High Court for whatever XYZ reason. Can they override? Answer is yes. Let's suppose it's an income tax matter. All right. Can Bombay High Court override the decisions of Karnataka High Court? Answer is yes. But can Bombay High Court go ahead and override the entire Income Tax Act itself? Answer is no. Court cannot go beyond the law. Court has to follow the law and give the rulings decision based on the law. It cannot override the statute itself. Are you understanding, everyone? What is the meaning of the word statute? Statute means law. Can the court go beyond the law? Answer is no. Clear, everyone? Understood the point? All right. This is what is the principle of natural justice, which is covered here. Now, sir, you've explained how to make law, but somebody has to monitor. No, it's as good as I will tell you how to clear exam, but you have to check if you're using those rules, regulations, whatever principles I've given. Have you followed that or not? Somebody has to monitor that, right? That monitoring is called enforcing. All right. Enforcement means once an act is passed, how it is getting implemented, how it is monitored, whether the implementation is happening effectively or not. How do you execute it? That is called enforcing law. It's like you guys plan exam timetable. All right. Study plan, which you guys have. Fancy study plan. Morning 4 o'clock to evening 9 o'clock. I will sit only in front of the books. The best study plan is there. Plan is good. How much did you effectively apply? That we don't answer. That you should not ask. Plan was beautifully made. We made it in a kg cardboard. We pasted it on our walls. It should look absolutely colorful. That we have done, sir. Implementation, that we should not ask. That you have to keep quiet. This is what we are talking about. Law is made, but somebody has to implement it right. Somebody has to monitor whether it is getting executed right. That is called enforcing law. Read, one of you. Anyone can read.
Enforcing laws. Once an act is passed in Parliament, it needs to be monitored. This monitoring is called enforcement. This is the job of the executive. Depending on whether it is a central or state laws, the government will be the enforcing authority through various ministries.
Clear,
Ministries.
everyone? So
Yeah.
what is the meaning of this? Let's suppose I have gone ahead and passed in Companies Act. Sir, act is passed, but somebody has to monitor, no? Somebody has to implement it. Who is going to implement Companies Act? Ministry of Corporate Affairs. I have gone ahead and passed Income Tax Act, but somebody has to monitor it, right? Who's going to implement it? Finance Ministry or Ministry of Finance. Everyone understanding? So from your exam perspective, we have a few ministries which you should know. All right. They can ask questions from here. They will ask questions from here. The first ministry is going to be, the first one is called Finance Ministry or Ministry of Finance. Everyone with me? All right. So what is Finance Ministry or Ministry of Finance? Nirmala auntie, do you remember in the parliament discussion happening? Beautiful discussion. She is leading this Ministry of Finance. Now, what happens in this? Let us read. Start. Anyone? Quick. Only one person has to read is not the mandate. Anyone can read. When I ask you to read, take it as an opportunity. It's a good opportunity. When will you read then? When will you learn how to read? I'm telling you authoritatively, I take interviews. And for me, first 5 minutes is more than enough to decide whether this candidate has to be hired or not. Please build your soft skills. No one is going to sit and teach soft skills. You have to build that. All right. I can teach law, but I can't teach soft skill. That you have to show interest. If I'm giving you an opportunity, fight amongst yourself and please read. It's high time. I don't want to tell all these things, but anyway, your wish. Go ahead. Read. Anyone?
Minis-
Quick,
uh,
read.
Ministry of Finance. Concerned with the economy of India, serving as the Ministry of Finance, concerned with the economy of India, serving as the Treasury of India, deals with taxation, financial legislation, financial institutions, capital markets, center and state financial, state, sorry, sir. Center and state financial and the union budget. Maximum number of the budget presented Sri Morarji Desai Constitution of Ministry of Finance. It is the apex controlling authority of four central civil services.
Hold,
Indian Revenue Service.
hold. What are we talking about? Ministry of Finance. This is that Kuber. At the end of the day, this is that person who handles the entire finances of the country. This is the treasurer. All right. Now you have to remember they work on various aspects. At the end of the day, how the money should get implemented, from where should we collect finances, all that is coming from the Ministry of Finance. It's a very, very important designation. So first is always the Prime Minister, second is the Home Minister, and the third is the Finance Minister. At the end of the day, these are the three critical ministries in the country. Everyone with me? All right. So now who is the person who has presented the maximum number of budgets? It was Morarji Desai. All right. Who has presented the maximum number of budgets. The next thing is, sir, who all are there in this ministry, sir? Which officer is going to take care of this ministry? The ministry has four important services: IRS, IAAS, IES, and ICAS. Now, what are these? IRS is your Indian Revenue Services, Indian Audit and Account Services, Indian Economic Services, and Indian Civil Account Services. So the ministry is operating through these four authorities. These four services will come together and they will operate this ministry. So this is the whole discussion revolving around Central Civil Services. Clear? Everyone understood the point? Now, what else is there? Apex Control Authority of all the central commerce services. So who is going to take care of the entire commerce activities in India is going to be the Central Ministry of Finance. Now, what else is there in the department? Which all departments work in the Ministry of Finance? It's going to be the Department of Economic Affairs, Department of Expenditure, Department of Revenue, Department of Financial Services, Department of Investment and Public Asset Management, and the Department of Public Enterprises. It's just good to know that these are the departments at a macro level. They will not ask you write a short note on each of these departments. They will not get to that details. Understood, everyone? All right. The next one is Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Read.
Ministry of Corporate Affairs is an Indian government ministry primarily concerned with the administration of the Companies Act 2013, Limited Liability Partnership Act 2008, and the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016, responsible mainly for the regulation of Indian enterprises in the industrial and service sector. Ministry is mostly run by civil servants of the ICLS cadre.
Okay, so what is the role of Ministry of Corporate Affairs? Sir, they take care of how to effectively implement Companies Act, LLP Act, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. This insolvency and bankruptcy is not there in your syllabus. Companies Act and LLP you have come across already. All right. So this is responsible for applying or implementing laws for all the service and industrial sector. So all the companies, all the LLPs, they have to follow this. And how do you see if they are following or not? Through the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Now, which officer in this ministry takes care, sir? ICLS, which is your Indian Company Corporate Law Services. Understood, everyone? All right. So this is the, just like how you have IAS, IRS, here it is going to be ICLS. Clear, eh? Everyone with me? The next one is your Ministry of Home Affairs. Who's the Home Minister right now?
Amit Shah.
I hope you guys know this, huh? Basics, all this are, or else 100% you have to leave the country. Forget about leaving CA. Next. Read. Ministry of Home Affairs.
Ministry
Anyone?
of Home Affairs is a ministry of the Government of India. As an interior ministry of India, it is mainly responsible for the maintenance of internal security and domestic policy. The Home Ministry is headed by Union Minister of Home Affairs. Departments include Department of Border
Hold. Now,
Management.
what is this ministry relevant for? This is for maintaining security. All right. Whether it is internal security or any domestic policies that we have to come up with, all that is covered under the Ministry of Home Affairs. It's a very important portfolio or designation in the entire central government. What all do they cover? They cover border management, internal security, home affairs, official languages, states, Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh affairs. All of these are managed by the Department of Home or Ministry of Home Affairs. Now, what all departments? What are the Department of Official Languages? You have Central Translation Bureau. You have Central Hindi Training Institutes, Directorate of Census Operation. Now, what is the census operation? Anyone? What is census operation? Wow. Future economy is going to pass through your hands. What are census operations?
Sir, based on
Once in
population.
10 years. Once in 10 years, somebody comes to your house to find out how many people are there at your house, how many kids have you given birth in last 10 years, are you planning to give anything? All that nonsense which happens. All right. 100% important. On a lighter note, I called it nonsense, but it is not nonsense. It is very, very important. Why? It's the census. Once in a decade, when we have that census, population checks, all right, who we are, where are we from. Or have you guys seen census?
Yes, sir.
Everyone?
Yes.
Each one of you have at least is of an age group of 18 years. All right. So there have been one or two censuses which you have seen already. Is it important? 100% important. Clear, everyone? All right. So that is managed by this Directorate of Census Operation. Now, the next ministry is Ministry of Law and Justice. Read.
Ministry of Law and Justice in the Government of India is a cabinet ministry deals with the management of the legal affairs through the legislative department, legislative activities through the Department of Legal Affairs, administrative of justice in India through the Department of Justice.
In simple terms, this ministry takes care of the legal affairs. Various departments are going to be established so that the legislative activities can be implemented. And you have another department called as Department of Justice. Now we have few regulatory bodies which you should know. All right. Ministries we have seen. There are few regulatory bodies which we have in India. Example, RBI, SEBI. What do they do? Let us look at it. First one, SEBI. SEBI is for all the securities and commodities market in India. One small blunder, SEBI is going to knock doors and come home. I'm not sure how many of you are aware, listed companies may not be scared of cops, but they are scared of SEBI's investigation. I hope I'm clear, everyone. All right. So, what is SEBI's role? Read.
Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI, is a regulatory body for the securities and commodities market in India. Under the ownership of Ministry of Finance within the Government of India, it was established in April 12, 1988 as an executive body and was given statutory powers on January 30, 1992.
Here, everyone, it's a simple thing operating under the finance ministry. At the end of the day, SEBI is also working with the finance ministry. All right. Now comes RBI, the Kuber. All right. The Paisa. From where is it coming? Read.
Reserve Bank of India (RBI) is India's central bank and regulatory body responsible for regulations of the Indian banking system. Under the ownership of Ministry of Finance, it is responsible for the control, issue and maintaining supply of Indian rupee, manages the country's main payment system and work to promote its economic development. Bharatiya
Now,
Reserve
if you see what all is covered here, it's the main bank, it's the pap of all banks, which monitors how the banking system is operating in India. First, under whose ownership is it? This is also under the finance ministry's ownership. If you see in your syllabus, most of the ministries that we are learning, or rather, most of the regulatory bodies that we are learning, are all operating under the finance ministry. So, finance ministry as such is important from examination perspective. What else does this entire authority do? It maintains the supply of Indian rupee. All right. It decides how much is the money to be printed, minted, and where it is to be supplied, how it is to be supplied. All that is captured and monitored by the RBI. Now, how does it go about with minting notes? All right. That is coming under the Bharatiya Reserve Bank Note Mudran. What is this, sir? It's a division of RBI which monitors how our notes get printed. All right. Printing notes is called minting. Are you understanding, everyone? All right. Printing notes is called minting. Where does it happen? It happens only at two places. One is Nasik, the other one is Devas. Nasik in Western India, Devas is going to be in Central India. Now, what else does this RBI do? This takes care of the National Payment Corporation of India, which is for online payments that we do. Each one of you have seen, right? When you make the payment, next time when you open your phone pay, Google Pay, whichever pay you come across, see there is something written as NPCI. What is NPCI? National Payment Corporation of India. You will also come across something called as UPI. What is UPI? Unified Payment System, all right, of India. So UPI is to make the payments online through this company. This company called NPCI is going to monitor all of these. Sleepy?
No, sir.
No,
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 sir.
sir.
Next, very important. The DICGC was established by RBI. Why DICGC? Do you remember? I had given an example for this also. What example did I give? Anyone? What is this deposit insurance? Anyone? Wild guess. I had given an example. It was a beautiful example which we had taken up. No one?
If bank robbery happens in a bank,
Brilliant, Likita. Brilliant. Very good. Very good. I'd given an example of bank robbery. All right, bank is stolen, but is your money also stolen? Tomorrow, can the bank say, no, your money we will not give because it's been stolen? Can they give this reason? Answer is no. Why? Because the money which you keep in the bank is safe. How is it safe? Because we have an insurance taken for your deposits. Whatever money you have kept there is all insured. Sir, who is going to give this insurance, sir? It's not going to be LIC. It's not any other insurance company. It is given by Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation, DICGC. Understanding, everyone? All right, Likita, brilliant. This was where we had discussed one series called Money Heist in Netflix.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, sir.
What we ate yesterday morning, yesterday in the evening, we don't remember, sir. You ask us these
Arjun
examples, we'll not
Mehta.
remember.
Hmm.
All right. This was about your DICGC. Next, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Bureau, Board of India. Quick read.
Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India (IBBI) is the regulator for overseeing insolvency proceedings and entities like Insolvency Professional Agencies (IPA), Insolvency Professionals (IP), and Information Utilities (IU) in India. It was established on October 1, 2016 and given statutory powers through the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, which was passed by Lok Sabha on May 5, 2016. It covers individuals, companies, limited liability partnerships, and firms. It attempts to simplify the process of insolvency and bankruptcy proceedings. It handles cases using two tribunals like NCLT National Company Law Tribunals and Debt Recovery Tribunals DRT.
Sir, we didn't understand head and tail what our friend has just read. Listen, sit straight. What are we talking about? We are talking about insolvency. What is the meaning of the word insolvency? Classic situation of your friends in college. Assets less than the liabilities. The liabilities that they have is they might have to owe the entire college, but underlying asset that they have is one phone, iPhone. All right. Phones, we don't compromise, sir. Phones, we want the best of the best. The moment the latest model is available, we want that. Do you agree? Even though we might have to beg, borrow, steal, we are ready. But we need the phones. Your asset is only that phone. Your liability is entire college you're indebted to. Now, in this situation, we call them close to insolvency, where your less assets are less than liabilities. Now, what will happen in that case? If it is a company, your assets are only 1,000 crores. Your liabilities are 5,000 crores. Now, who will make the payment? To whom should I make the payment? How the payment should be made? Which asset has to be sold? How should I sell? All that will be decided by the courts. There are two courts, NCLT, DRT. That court is called National Company Law Tribunal or the Debt Recovery Tribunal. They will ensure how the insolvency proceedings have to be carried out. Understanding, everyone? All right. So this is your IBBI. Next is structure of Indian system. All right. In India, it's a very simple structure wherever the structure is ensured in such a way that there is a judiciary system. Tomorrow, if you want to go ahead and file a case against anyone, you have to follow the judiciary system. That means there are four courts that we talk about primarily. There is Supreme Court, there is High Court, there are district courts, there is another additional type of court called as metropolitan courts. Now, what are those courts? Let us quickly look at it. Supreme Court. It's the apex court, the highest court in the country. When was it established? January 26, 1950. Who is the person who's going to preside over this? The highest authority is going to be Chief Justice of India. All right, this is Supreme Court. Coming to high courts, the highest court in any state is called as the High Court. All right. So the constitution says every state should have one high court. Tomorrow, if I want to go ahead and file any case against anyone, I can go ahead and file before the high courts. All right. Now, very interesting. In India, there are 25 high courts. 6 states share one single high court. All right. Which are those 6 states? You Google and keep yourself updated. Very interesting. If my fundamental rights are violated, example, right to movement, right to speech, right to do anything which is fundamental. All right. There are 6 rights. I hope you remember civics. Those rights are violated, then you can file a case before the High Court, and that is called writ petition. All right, WRIT petition. Crystal clear, everyone? These are high courts. Then you have something called as district courts. Below the high courts are the district courts. They deal with civil matters. All right, they don't take up any criminal cases. The session court takes up criminal cases. The district courts handle civil cases. The session court handles criminal cases. All right. Up to 2 crores is what their authority is. They cannot go beyond this. Apart from this, if your city has a population of 2 crores or more, all right, in those metropolitan cities, we have something called as metropolitan courts. So they will take up the charge in the cities where the population is 10 lakhs or more. Now, what are the important questions that they have asked in the past? Read, one of you.
Frequently asked or expected. Types of laws. Explain the various types of laws in the Indian legal system.
What are the various types of laws? Civil law, criminal law, common law. All right.
Common natural justice.
Just half an hour back. Just in last 45 minutes, we have discussed all this. And I'm showing all the important questions that have been asked in the past. Read, next.
Role of ministries. Explain in brief the important functions played in the Ministry of Finance, Corporate Affairs, and Law and Justice in enforcing law in India.
3 ministries they have asked, 6 marks, 2 marks each. All right. Next.
So, regulatory bodies. Discuss the significance of SEBI, RBI, IBBI in the Indian regulatory framework.
What is the significance of SEBI, RBI, IBBI in each of the regulatory frameworks? You have to write a short note. These are all important questions. Next.
Judicial structure, hierarchy and role of courts, Supreme Court, High Court, District Court, and Metropolitan Court.
Which is the highest court in a state?
Supreme Court. ऐसा सारे High Court, High Court.
High Court, High Court.
I know my students so well. I know my students so well that I
So
know
when
what kind of questions I should ask and what kind of answers I can expect. Look at it. I had on purpose asked which is the highest court in the state, and we have a Supreme Court coming in. Wow. That means we have 25 Supreme Courts in the country.
Sir, sorry,
And
sir.
6 states are sharing one Supreme Court. Golden opportunities for everyone to pursue law.
Sorry, sir. My mistake, sir. My mistake. My mistake, sir.
Clear? Read the next question.
Process of lawmaking. Explain the process of lawmaking in India from bill to act.
How the law is made from bill to act. All right. Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, presidential assent, all that has to be written. Next.
Principles of natural justice. What are the principles of natural justice? ? Illustrate with examples.
All right. So what do you mean by principles of natural justice? What are those Latin principles that you will come across? All that has to be written. The last question.
Application-oriented questions. If a matter concerns both central and state list, which authority will regulate it? Give example.
What is this called?
Concurrent list.
List.
Brilliant. It's called concurrent list or also called joint list. Everyone clear? All right. Example, levy of stamp duty. We've already seen that. Understood, everyone? All right. Sachi, you don't have to be worried. It's good that you did this mistake. Not just you. Many friends here would have thought of Supreme Court only. Just that you answered, rest of them didn't answer. Many of them sitting here have done that. I am sure you will not do this blunder in examination ever. It's good. It's good. It's good to do mistakes at times. Now, let's go ahead. Spend some time on how to go about preparing for the exam. Is the screen visible to everyone? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Go ahead, Ajna.
Sir, you had told that Satyam Companies was one of the major reasons for Companies Act 2013.
One of the reasons.
Why didn't they amend that? Like, it was a whole new act, right? Why didn't they amend like
Because there were so many blunders in the old act that they couldn't wait and sit and change each and every section. Rather, they decided, let us change the entire act itself and simplify it. All right. So that simplification was the reason why they came up with this. Earlier, 658 sections were there. Now 470 sections are there. So I hope you understand how much is the difference. Almost 188 sections have been removed, redundant. That's the whole thought. Clear? Now, let's go ahead. Spend 15 minutes only on planning how to prepare for this paper, sir. First thing, sir, from where should we study? No option. Study material is the only book. Can I refer to X? Can I refer to Y? Can I refer to CAPS material? Answer is no. For 4 chapters which I have discussed, I am only telling you, I have prepared the study material, CAPS material. It is not a copy paste from study material. If I had to copy paste, then might as well just give the study material itself to you. Why did I give CAPS material then? CAPS material is because one day before examination, you will just have 1.5 day to prepare for the entire paper. In 1.5 day, you can't have so many books. You will have only CAPS material. Clear? Everyone with me? Now, what should we do, sir? Start preparing for exams today. If you haven't started, you're one step close to danger. All right. Please note, my friends who are writing in January, you just have 27 days left. 4 subjects. Half of the subject syllabus is still going on. I hope you realize you have very limited time. Ensure at least those topics which are already over, revision is done, you know those topics well. Clear, everyone with me? Understanding? All right. Second thing, very important. Please note, once you read study material, how to read study material, I've spent time in the previous sessions. All right. Keywords have to be there at the tip of your tongue. Second thing, please note in the CAPS material if there is any topic which is there in the study material, not there in the CAPS material. Write it down then and there in the CAPS material. Why? Because this will help me one day before exam so that I can ensure that I read whatever is relevant one day before examination. I don't want to refer to 100 books. I want only one CAPS material in my hands. Nothing else should be there. Ensure you solve your RTP and previous two RTPs as well. All right. We've discussed this during the classes. I've shown where you'll get the RTPs. For those of you who don't remember, I'm showing it once again. All right. Let me know if the screen is visible to everyone. Is the screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So if you go to ICI's BOS knowledge portal, if you look at it, all right, here you have all the materials available. Is the screen visible to everyone? So if you look at it, there are RTPs, there are MTPs. All right. Ensure that you go ahead and look at all the RTPs. So foundation, you have to look at your RTP and previous two attempt RTPs. Same way mock papers. All India rank holder 14 from CAPS. Harshvardhan. I'm telling with the name. All right. So you guys cannot discount it. It's not out of blue. In his pass out meet, he had mentioned law 14 marks from previous mock papers and RTPs. 14 marks with the name number coming as is. Nothing changed. You have to solve the RTP. Now the question is, sir, when should I solve the RTP? After the entire syllabus is over, don't do that stupidity. Finish the entire RTP of 2-3 attempts immediately after you finish your chapter. I finish partnership, I go read partnership from RTPs, questions, whatever are there. I finish Companies Act, I go read RTPs of Companies Act then and there. Reason being, if you pile it up for the fag end, you will never be able to complete it, and suddenly you'll find a lot of pressure on yourself. Don't do this mistake. Clear? Everyone understood? Now, there are also something on the ICI's website, which please make use of these resources so that you don't have to search for the questions and question papers subsequently. Is the screen visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So ICI also has one very interesting document called previous year's question papers. All right. If time permits, I would genuinely suggest each one of you to pick the papers. If you see categorically they have issued for accounts and business laws only, take these question papers and see where do you stand. Are you able to write an answer to all of these or not? Very important. I don't want you to sit and think what is the answer. I want you to write an answer. Thinking, you can think 100 things, but once you start writing, you will get to know the real Aukad. Everyone with me? Understanding? All right. So please make sure you write the answers for mock papers and previous year's examination question papers. Sir, do they ask questions from previous question papers? There have been repetitions. There have been several repetitions. If you see, ICI currently is hosting almost 5 attempt question papers are readily available. Make it a point that you go through. Make it a point that you go through these question papers. Make it a point that you write answers for these question papers. Are you clear? Everyone understanding? All right. Accounts, I'm not sure. Law, I want it to be your strength. Nothing less than 60 is what is acceptable there. Everyone understanding with me? All right. Nothing less than 60 is acceptable. Clear? Everyone understood the point? Yes. So this is about your law paper. Going ahead, next, what else is important, sir? Once you've solved your RTPs and MTPs, you have to make sure you know how to write answers. Guys, what is the problem? I'll tell you in law. You don't know how much to write. You don't know how to write. How to write is possible only if you've read well, or else you will not be able to write. If it is an answer, if it is a straight question, case study oriented question, then you have to write the answer in such a way: facts of the case, provision of law, analysis, conclusion. This we have already learned. Yes. If it is a case, if it is a direct question, write a short note. Then you are going to write a short note straight away. There's no confusion again there. Second thing, very critical: how much to write, sir? If it is a 4 marker, not more than 6 points. If it is a 2 marker, not more than 4 points. Clear, everyone? Understanding? For 2 markers, even if you write 20 points, how much will you get? Maximum. Perfect answer you've written. How much will you get? 20 points you've written. 2 marks. Will you get 20 marks for writing 20 points? Answer is no. Then you have to be strategic when you're writing answers. How to write? Please do not write in paragraphs, write in bulletin points. Now, sir, my bulletin points are only half sentences. Will I get marks? I will scratch the answer if I'm the evaluator. You're lucky I'm not your evaluator. If I were your evaluator, definitely I would have scratched the answer scripts. All right. Please ensure you write categorically. In good brief pointers, you write everything, underline keywords. Sir, can I underline with the pen in the examination? 100% yes. Use the same pen which you're using for writing your answers for underlining the keywords as well. Sir, scale, pencil, all that some other day, not in the final exams. Clear? Everyone understood the point? All right. So that is about your relationship between the marks and the score. Very clear. Next thing, sir, how to write an answer is the question. Every answer should have an introduction. If it is a straight question, all right, let's suppose they are asking, write a short note on small company. How will you write? Straight away, small company means the one which has a paid up capital of so and so, turnover and so and so. No. Section 2, Clause 85 of the Companies Act 2013 defines small company. Small company means a company which by its articles of association has a paid up capital which does not exceed 4 crores and the turnover does not exceed 40 crores. There is an amendment here. Just yesterday, day before yesterday, there is an amendment which came in the small company. All right. Your faculty will take you through whatever the amendments are. Now, my point is every straight question, every direct question should have one sentence of introduction. What will be your introduction? Section number. Sir, what if I don't remember the section number? Write the name of the act. What if I don't remember the name of the act? Useless case, that is very bad case. But what if I don't know the name of the act? Write as per the provision of law. Clear, everyone? All right. This is going to be your introduction. Then you write your main answer. Finally, every answer should have a conclusion. What is the conclusion? Just write one sentence. What have you understood and what have you written? Write one sentence. This is the pattern which you follow for writing answers. Clear, everyone? Sleeping? People are nodding their head. Wow.
No, sir.
At 57, if you're sleeping, God alone can save. All right. The next thing, whenever you're writing any pointers, can I give subheading and then write my answers? Brilliant. If you can give subheadings and then write your answers, you will get extra marks. All right. That will impress the evaluator that you know what you're writing and there is some strategic flow of your answers. So ensure that you give subheadings whenever you're writing. I repeat, can I underline using the same blue pen? Please use that. Next thing might be very small. I'm not sure how many of you are aware. Do you know Rahul Dravid?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Anyone sitting here who doesn't know Rahul Dravid? There is a problem with your existence. All right. Rahul Dravid, cricketer. Do you know? All right. I'm not sure if Rajdeep sir has narrated the story to you guys or not. Rahul Dravid was Rajdeep sir's classmate. All right. He was the batchmate. Now, apparently, this is exactly what I remember because this is what gave me the kick for life. Rahul Dravid started wearing gloves in the classroom. You and I, what we would have thought, such a show off. Why does he have to wear gloves in the classroom? Cricket gloves, which he is using, he should wear it in the nets. When he is practicing, you wear it. Why do you have to wear it in the classroom? You and I, small people with small thoughts, or at least me, small person with a small thought, I would have said, such a show off. Why does he have to show off so much? People asked him, why are you wearing? He didn't bother answering. One of his close friends asked him, why are you wearing? He said, every time when I'm going to play, my bat is slipping off my hands. I want to wear the gloves in such a way that I forget I'm wearing a glove when I'm playing cricket. No wonder he is what he is today. Are you understanding? Everyone with me? All right, guys. Now I can't do this with gloves. I am not asking you to wear gloves and write your examination. What I'm asking is at least start taking small things seriously, like the pen which you use. Very small. How does it make difference? Or any pen I'll use. Remember, 3 hours you have to use the same pen. Suddenly, people start having pain in their fingers when they're writing. All this you have to get adjusted today. Not during those 3 hours. This is called planning. Planning is not just making fancy things on a kg cardboard, pasting it on your walls and enjoying that. That is not planning. That is just one of the things. Plan everything. Start imagining, start visualizing every small thing which you're going to be there when those 3 hours, or when you are sitting at the examination hall, one day before examination hall, what all can happen. You have to plan today. Are you with me? Everyone understanding what I'm talking about? Guys, small things, but makes so much difference. Imagine the pen which you write. I remember I used to use a very thin pen. All right. The pen used to be very thin, just like a pencil. Problem was, I forgot that I will end up using the same pen in the examination as well. And I ended up using the same pen. I realized that my pen was so thin that I used to have a lot of pain in my fingers after writing for 3 hours. Then somebody told me you have to prefer using a thicker pen, all right, which is a thick enough so that you get good grip while you're holding. Small. CA used it. God's grace cleared. Making sense, everyone? This is planning. All right. Next. How many of you sitting here have been talking negative to yourself? What if I don't clear? I've already had one attempt in the past. I'm carrying the baggage of it. Blah, 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 blah. Most of you? If you're not having this fear, then there is a problem. Huh? Fear is good. It pushes you, it motivates you. But being scared and not taking an action is a crime. You have that fear that what if I don't clear? But you're not ready to put in efforts as well. Then what is the point of being scared? Nonsense. It's just drama. Are you with me? Everyone with me? All right. Please start writing every day in the night. Please, for 15 minutes, at least for 5 minutes, you have to write one sentence. I will clear in the immediate attempt. Right. Not just think. Close your eyes, think once, and start writing it for 5 minutes every day. Do this. Indirectly, you have brought in that acceptance in your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind has already accepted that you've cleared. Now your actions will be directed accordingly. We think these things are just talks. Psychologically, people have proven all this. Your brain has to be wired to accept success. It is not used to success. You have to wire it. And that wiring does not happen overnight. You have to do it regularly, every night. Just make it a point. You sleep with a thought for 5 minutes. I'm just going to think, what will my life look like once I clear CA Foundation? The moment you get up in the morning, what will my life look like once I have cleared CA Foundation? You're not going to think negative. You're not going to think, what will my life look if I don't clear? You're going to think, what will my life look when I clear CA Foundation in the morning and in the night? In the afternoon, you think, what will happen if you don't clear? Because that is enough to push you throughout the day to sit and study. Are you with me? Everyone understanding? Small things. But please start giving cookies to your brain, chocolates to your brain, that we will clear it. Am I making sense? There with me? All right. I'm not sure how many of you are able to appreciate what we are talking about, but small things. Next. I'm weak at law. Suppose none of you sitting here should ever have this thought in your mind, because you have Rajdeep sir, who is handling one of the finest syllabus. Nobody can replace him. I am telling you authoritatively, nobody can replace what Rajdeep sir is doing. All right. You find the finest faculty, still there will be something missing which only Rajdeep sir can fill it. You have the best of the best people around you. Pick it up. You'll have to learn. All right. Now, if law is your weakness, if you think, no, sir, I'm not able to make it, study every day, 2 hours. There's no option. If it's your weakness, work on it. If you think you're not able to write, work on it. There's no option at all. Sir, I still remember CA final ISCA paper, one of the most technical topics, hyper technical topic, where people don't get anything more than 33 out of 100 marks. It's a golden number. 33 was fixed. I had made it clear in my life, I'm not going through that grill for 4 months, 120 days, 2 hours every day in the morning, only ISCA, Information System and Control Audit is the name of the paper. All right. 4 months regularly, 2 hours in the morning. And God's grace, I got exemption. It's not about me. It's about the practice. I'm talking about the principle. So if you think you're weak at it, bring it on. Every day in the morning, 2 hours, kuch bhi ho jaye, I will do it. I will do it. From 7 o'clock, I will start accounts. 5 to 7 is my law. From 7 o'clock, I will start economics. 5 to 7 is law. Sir, very difficult to get up in the morning, sir. This weather is very conducive to be in the blanket the whole day. No problem. Once again, you will have to come attend the same session with me. I will teach the same thing once again to you guys. I have no problem because CA does not have a bar on the number of attempts. Keep writing forever. So you decide whether you want to write forever or clear it immediately. That's your next thing, sir. Please have one friend amongst this crowd, this group itself. Now, who's that friend that I can't find, that you have to find? Why should I get a friend, sir? Why should I have a friend? Competition serves better. You know it better. All right. When you have competition, is it okay if I can take another 5 minutes? Is it okay with everyone? All right. I know
Yes,
you
sir.
might be running short
Yes,
of
sir.
time.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Nothing
Okay,
lined
okay.
up, right? Can I continue?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Very simple, guys. Please have one friend amongst the same CAPS team itself. Don't find an outsider because his approach, his way of teaching, the faculties, the kind of subject, the material is not the same. But one among this group itself has to be your friend with whom you will coordinate every day, prepare for this examination. Now, who's that person? I can't find out. You have to find it out. All right. Reason being very simple. When you know that person is studying for 18 hours, you will automatically start studying at least for 14 hours. Why? You have a benchmark, you have a competition, and competition gives us a kick. Whether you like it or not, humans are trained and we have been brought up in that way. So you can't help. It's good. It's a good competition. We want it. Second thing, please ensure the friend is of something similar caliber. All right. You should not be over smart nor under hard working. I would not call under smart, but not working hard. All right. So he has to be a person of your caliber. Now, who will find that? I will not do that. You will do it today. If you're waiting for that golden tomorrow, there is no golden tomorrow. It is only today. Find out one among those, check with your friends. Have you already teamed up with somebody else? If yes, congratulations. If no, can we team up? All right. Exchange each other's number, ensure that that person is equally focused and is very clear that he wants to or she wants to clear this attempt. Can it be that XYZ who is least bothered, who's sleeping at his own comfort? No point. You'll waste your time, he'll waste his time. Don't do that mistake. Clear, everyone with me? Take breaks, please, when you're studying. Ensure that whenever you're studying for any theory paper, at least ensure if you're studying for 1 hour, 55 minutes you study, 5 minutes break. Only problem is it should not become vice versa. 55 minutes break and 5 minutes study. If you're doing that, don't study at all. That's better. At least you'll not die out of guilt. Or else we'll be regretting the forever, thinking that I've never studied. Please take sufficient breaks. Now, what are the breaks? Move out of that place. Wherever you're sitting and studying, move out of that place. You're not going to sit there. And sir, can I watch something on my phone? Can I see an Instagram reel? Please, you need a break. All right. Go sit with your mom, with your sibling, play around, come back. After 5 minutes, you sit once again. Please ensure you're taking care of your health. You have another month, just one more month left. Please ensure you put in your heart and soul for the next 1 month. Guys, I simply believe in one thing. You need motivation. The motivation is around you. The motivation will not come from anywhere outside. It's not going to be from some third party watching a YouTube video of somebody who is highly successful. That will not give you the kick forever. My simple motivation used to be my parents. Looking at them slog, I don't think I need anything else. I'd stuck their photos on my study table, clear air, looking at their face. Whenever I feel drained out, I see their face and I'm back on track. You find out what is your motivation. It need not be your parents, it could be anyone. For me, it was my parents because I knew they were working very hard. All right. Looking at them work hard, I couldn't take my eyes off the books. And those of you who are young enough, 16, 17, 18, all right, please spend 5 minutes with your parents and ask them how was their day. You'll realize you're in a much comfortable zone today. The fact that at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, you're attending an online class in itself says you're in a very comfortable life. There are people who are still outside slogging and you're sitting at home and chilling here. Respect somebody's efforts. Karma is a big thing. I believe in karma. Please note, if you cannot respect, somebody in life is going to disrespect your efforts as well. You find out your motivation. It can't be me finding out for you. For me, it's very simple. Somebody is working very hard outside in the sun. Somebody is getting drenched in this weather. Somebody is feeling cold, still ensuring that I get my meal in the night. That somebody is putting in all possible for me. The least that I can do is study and do something for myself. I'm not doing it for him. I'm not doing it for her. I'm doing it for myself. I know that. You clear CA, your parents are not going to get anything out of it. Those of you who are under the misconception that they will be happy, nonsense. No, they'll be satisfied that, okay, fair enough, our efforts have gone in the right place. But the person who is going to be happy is you. All right. So don't consider your parents to be happy the moment you clear CA. You're not doing a favor on them. You're doing a favor on yourself. I hope I'm clear. Everyone, loud and clear. Understanding? All right. Please put in efforts. These are the years where you have to ensure you taste every possible thing in your life. And the taste is effort that I'm talking about. Always remember, anything which is salty has an emotion behind it. What do you mean by that? Your tears and your sweat. And the only emotion that I can expect right now is your sweat. Ensure you put in your hard earned every second in this journey. My friends who are writing in January are serious. My friends who are writing in May, I'm scared about you guys because you finished one batch and now you'll chill. All right, life is smooth. You are one step close to danger if you take it that way. All right, because you think you have time, you don't have time. By the time you blink, May is already here, and I will be giving the same speech. Those of you who are in January, you have very limited time. There's no time to waste. All right. Please put in your hard work. Please put in your heart and soul. Ensure you clear it in the immediate attempt, whichever attempt it is. With this, I come to an end of my session, guys. I hope I've done justice for an hour that we've spent. And thank you so much. All the very best. We are going to see LLP is one chapter which we are left with. We will be wrapping it up soon. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.